Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. Now, the Federal Reserve had an important meeting today and they indicated that more rate hikes are not on the horizon. They expect the economy to continue recovering and they expect there to be some inflation. What does this mean? What is the bottom line? The bottom line is that the general consensus from the Federal Reserve and from many economists is that the economy will now start to improve. In this video, I'm going to focus on where the $1,400 stimulus checks are likely to be spent and which stocks could potentially appreciate. Now, I'm going to give you some general advice here. I believe that if you're going to invest this money in the stock market, I think you should have a long-term horizon. Please don't try and make a quick profit. I believe that watching the stock market on a daily basis and being subjected to the emotional roller coaster of the market is simply not a good idea, because at the end of the day, when you make money, there's an emotional cost to making money. My advice to our viewers and subscribers is if you need the $1,400 stimulus checks to immediately pay rent, to be able to buy food, to be able to keep the lights on. Now, it goes without saying, and you don't need me to tell you this, that is the first thing you should be doing. But if you have the ability to save the $1,400 stimulus checks, the first thing you should do is try and save it so that you have essentially a cushion in the event of future emergencies. So let's start with a look at this article from CNBC on your screen. This is where consumers are spending their $1,400 stimulus checks and which stocks are likely to benefit. As I'm recording this video, as a direct result of the new announcement from the Federal Reserve, the stock market seems to be going up. But folks, the stock market tends to go up and down. I want us to always have a long-term view on everything that we do. So what is likely to happen? Well, the bottom line is that individuals are likely to go shopping. Yep, you heard that right. Individuals are likely to go shopping. In fact, let's show you this chart on your screen. The Walmart, Costco, and Target share price return, and you can see that all three charts look almost identical. And it does seem that as individuals go shopping, these shares are likely to be on their way up because individuals are now going to start spending their stimulus checks. Some news organizations have called this revenge spending. Yes, I use the word revenge spending because individuals are now going to be like, I need to go out there and I need some retail therapy. According to the chief economist for JP Morgan, Michael Feroli, he said the support to spending from the $600 stimulus checks, which went out in early January, is now even more apparent. He's talking about the $600 checks. Imagine what's going to happen with the $1,400 checks. The $1,400 checks are not only significantly larger than the $600 checks, but adult dependents are also eligible, which means a family of four could get as much as $5,600. And the economist also says, and it looks like much of the stimulus boost in January benefited retailers of discretionary products with double-digit percentage gains that month for sellers of furniture, electronics, and sporting goods. And if history is any guide, that same trend is expected to repeat itself now that the $1,400 stimulus checks are hitting the bank accounts of tens of millions of our fellow Americans. In fact, the economist pointed out in January, furniture sales were up 12.9%, while electronics and appliances gained 16.7%. Sporting goods sales rose 10.3%, and general merchandise was up 10.4%. Sales at non-store retailers like Amazon were up 16.8%. And here's another quote from the economist. Given that the $1,400 American Rescue Plan stimulus checks will start going out, in fact, I would say have already started going out, have already started hitting bank accounts, it's likely that we will see an even bigger boost to consumer spending in coming months, starting with March. So all of the trends we saw so far are likely to be further exaggerated, further amplified with these larger checks that more and more individuals are going to get because the eligibility was expanded to include adult dependents. So which sectors are likely to benefit? According to the CNBC article, home furnishings and other retailers are likely to benefit. According to Art Hogan, who's the chief market strategist at National Securities, he said, everything is in the home. It's furniture, appliances, consumer electronics, all things that speak to improving the home situation. According to CNBC, the stocks to watch out for include home goods and furniture retailers like Williams-Sonoma, La-Z-Boy, and Wayfair, and smaller companies like Ethan Allen, Haverty Furniture, and Bassett Furniture are likely to also benefit. Now again, These are recommendations from CNBC. I haven't personally researched all of these stocks. I'll talk about my own portfolio towards the end of this video, but I do want to give our viewers and subscribers general guidelines, and you'll get a link to this particular article in the description section below. And the trends are already emerging. On your screen, you'll see the return, the 1 month share price return of stocks like Home Depot, Wayfair, Williams Sonoma, and you can start to see how these stocks are now starting to surge as the $1,400 stimulus checks are expected, and are expected to go towards these companies as people buy more stuff and as people try to revamp and improve their homes. According to this article, there is likely to be a gain with several retail outlets including Bed Bath & Beyond, Kohl's and Macy's to Five Below, Dollar General and Dollar Tree. Consumers are likely to spend even more money on Amazon, and Etsy could benefit, Carvana could benefit, and other retailers that could benefit include Best Buy, Costco, which we mentioned earlier, BJ's Wholesale Club, Home Depot and Lowe's, and as well as Target and Walmart, which we mentioned earlier. I believe one of the biggest beneficiaries is indeed going to be Apple. Apple is one of my biggest positions, and I continue buying Apple. It is by far the biggest position that I have, because I believe when you're betting in a company like Apple, you're betting on American innovation. I believe the best years of Apple are still to come. And here's another interesting quote from Hogan. The jobs market improved and will continue to improve as we reopen. He said stimulus has helped in the past and will help in the future as they roll it out this week and next. And he also said, and the third thing I think is that there is a tremendous amount of pent-up demand for goods and services. In fact, here's proof of the pent-up demand, which is likely to create what Bloomberg calls revenge spending. Yeah, I wish I had come up with that, revenge spending. That's a rather interesting phrase. Imagine if it's raining money and you go, I'm gonna spend money. I'm gonna spend money. By the way, I'm never like that. So please, hopefully I haven't lost credibility in your eyes permanently with that gesture. So let's get back to the news. On your screen, you see the Bloomberg article, and it says Americans have $1.7 trillion to burn in a revenge spending binge. After a year of pandemic restrictions, a wave of consumer demand is coming for everything from apparel to eating out. We're going to go out and buy clothes. We're going to go out and eat out. We're going to go out and buy stuff for the home. We're just going to go out and spend like we haven't had a chance to spend in the past 12 months. That was it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you learned something new. I hope you got some new ideas about how you should invest your money. Please be prudent with how you invest your money. Please try not to make a quick profit. Please try and have a 5-year, 10-year perspective. Please analyze, research the companies. Please understand how to value the companies, and then try and position yourself so that you can benefit from the growth of the company over the long term. Please don't try and get involved in a short squeeze. Please don't get involved in day-to-day fluctuations, the emotional roller coaster of the market, because it's simply not worth it. It's not something I do, and it's never something that I'll teach. Thank you so much for watching. I will be digging deeper into my stock portfolio and my long-term positions. If you want to learn about that, please click the like button, please subscribe, please enable notifications. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Thank you. Take care. Bye.